Good morning. Thank you for selecting You Don't Know Jack as your morning source for news and entertainment. It's never too early to hear a good fart joke. So, how many of you are there? All by yourself? Well, no worries. There'll be enough trivia and comedy for 3 humans. Is this the first time on the ride? That's what I thought. I'm so glad to see you back. I really am. Type your name. Yes, thank you. Remember to be all you can be. Again, welcome to the ride, and I'll see you at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by Recoveraholics Anonymous. Addicted to addiction recovery programs? We can help. Call us. No, wait, don't call us. Bad. And now, put your hands together and your feet in the air for your host, Nate Shapiro.
Woo! All right, welcome to You Don't Know Jack. Listen, don't worry because I promise you hours of uninterrupted fun. So calm down and stop picking your nose. It's time to rid yourself of a few bad habits. Time that... There you go. Okay, the category is... You're a bad habit to break. Alright, so let's suppose you finally decide to clean up your act and go into drug rehab. Now that you're in detox, what activity will you not be allowed to take part in to pass? Yeah, it turns out that 8-ball is a common name for any of the various forms of methamphetamine people put in their bodies. And you know, I kind of wish someone had told me that before I stuck this pool cue in my... Well, you don't really want to know this, do you? Hey, buzz in. Okay, this one's going to be worth some coin. All right, here's your category. Hi, my name is Habitual Drinker. Okay, get your fingers ready. Let's get busy. Let's say there's a splinter group of Alcoholics Anonymous whose members do want their names to be known. Anonymous means bearing a name. Apparently, there's also a group called Alcoholics Anonymous.
I drank a lot. I imbibed. I swigged. I guzzled.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, kid. Okay, the category is... Coffee Shop Bullies. Okay, all you matadors, put down your cappuccinos and answer this analogy. Olé is to with milk as...
Olé!
Is to...
Bull charge!
Nice job, kiddo.
Bravo!
The crowd that bullfights yell Olé or Bravo to praise the bullfighter. And when they add milk to their coffee, they take the stir and they stab over and over and over and... Okay. Ouch. Well, at least you found your buzzer. That's something. All right, here's what we're doing. The incredible edible toenail. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. If you not only bite your nails, but also eat them, what nutritional value do they supply? Hey, should I get the steak or the nail biter special? Nails are a hardened form of keratin, which is a protein. But you really want to bring out the flavor? A little earwax makes a fantastic dip. Talk to me. Hey, pretty sweet. All right, check it out. Get your feet off the coffee table. Well, if you're any good at this game, I'm going to guess that one of your vices is channel surfing. If you wanted to get off your lazy butt and actually surf a channel, where should you go? The Hudson River, the Gulf of Mexico, the Red Sea, or the Bering Strait? The Bering Strait? Let's see. It's a narrow body of water that connects 2 larger bodies of water, and that's what a channel does. Of course, one of those bodies of water is the Arctic Ocean, so you might want to just stay home and watch a Discovery Channel special on it instead, with some potato chips and beer. You know, unless you can scrounge up something special.
Hey, honey, will you pass the toenails?
Who's got a taste for chicken? Alright, you know what to do. Buzz in on the item that connects the pairs. And don't forget to pay attention to all the correct answers if you want that bonus. Okay, baby, pedal to the metal. Here we go. Traveler singer and makes popcorn. What do these 2 things have in common? The Jack Blank Show and the Blank Hill Show. 100.7183 and the cable network. Spend frivolously and Charles Blake Pop. Alright, let's go for the bonus. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all milk corn stars? All liquors? Draw your flag! Woo, that's it, you got it! You got it, you burnout! Well, you're clearly beating yourself. Okay, hit your button. I thank you very much, and here is your category. Everything starts an hour late around here. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Suppose Georgia O'Keefe were on Eastern Standard Time. Who of the following should definitely set his or... Georgia is located in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, and Minnesota is in the Central Standard Time Zone. But you know what? I object to the term fats, because he wasn't fat. He was just overfilled with love and snack cakes. Yeah, a lot of snack cakes. Buzz it in, babe. Okay, and that's going to be served up with a category called... the famous seafood diet.
Hey, Sally, can you help me with this question over here?
Ew, Nate, disgusting. Quit talking with your mouth full.
Well, just look into my mouth and tell the folks at home what you see.
Okay, whatever. Looks like there's some egg, pie crust, maybe bacon, and a little bit of Swiss cheese.
Okay, what am I eating? Shepherd's pie? Pizza? Okay, so if you remember playing Steal the Bacon with Cookie, you know that pizza rain is a custard pie made with egg, cheese, cream, and bacon.
Okay, I helped. Now will you close your mouth?
Okay. You want to play looky?
What's looky? Ew, quit it!
Gotcha. Slap the buzz. You know what? I think you'll actually be pleased about this. And it's time to boogie down with some particularly funky trivia. It's time for the Dis or Dat. And this Dis or Dat questions category is... are we pumped or what? Okay, I'm going to list off 7 products. Now what you have to do is tell me if each item is caffeinated or not caffeinated. Cash in for each one you get right, but you lose out for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Alright, you're going to have 30 seconds to nail all 7. You ready? Well, you better be. It's showtime. Perfection! All right, count it. There you is, and here we go. Buzzing for the bucket. Okay, that'll be our value, and the category is... pick not thy nose, saith the Lord. Okay, let's say televangelist Jimmy Swaggart preaches a sermon on bad habits inspired by the Old Testament book of Leviticus. Because it is not specifically forbidden by the book of Leviticus, which of these would Jimmy Swaggart not proclaim?
Well, cuz, he didn't tell us not to.
Woohoo!
But listen, make sure you only have sex with your cousins who don't have any tattoos, have never eaten a rabbit, and wear 100% cotton. Okay, what's the... that's what it's worth, then. Here's what it's called. My kind of political party. Alright, so after years of not being able to vote, women were finally granted suffrage in 1920. Considering what else happened in 1920, what would suffragettes not have been able to do while...
I'm sorry, ma'am. You're under arrest.
But it was a light beer.
Prohibition also began in 1920. Hey, buzz in to select the value. There's the cash, and here's the category. Never mix Coke and objectivism. Okay, get yourself set. It's time. How might a drug dealer use the philosophy of Ayn Rand to defend his career choice? Got my rational self-interest.
Look, officer, I got my rational self-interest to think about here.
Well, okay then, you're free to go.
Ayn Rand promoted objectivism, a form of capitalism that encourages people to live for themselves. Okay, Emma. Okay, hotshot, keep your eyes on the screen. Here's your clue. Who was naughty? Was it you? Were you the little bad boy? Was it you little bad girl? Wow, 7 for 7! Of course, that only means you kicked your own ass.
Good morning, everyone. Today on Cooking with Yaks, we're going to make blueberry pancakes with the help of our friend Sparky. Doesn't that sound good, Sparky? Sparky's going to start us off by mixing the batter. Why don't you start with the eggs, Sparky? Well, it looks like Sparky has mashed the eggs into a sloppy mess. Why don't we try measuring out the flour instead? Okay, let's turn on the oven. Go ahead, Sparky. It looks like Sparky hit a pipe trying to turn on the oven, so we're going to evacuate the building now. See you next time on Cooking with Yaks. Come on, Sparky. No, Sparky, we don't eat the matches. Sparky!
Who has time?
Just pick one.
Good morning. Welcome to You Don't Know Jack The Ride. You know, it's not just for breakfast anymore. How many of you are there? One player? Great. I'll keep you company. Is this the first time on the ride for you? Splendid. Glad you had the courage to play again. You should be typing in your name. Good, thank you. As you know, your buzzer is the key with the B on it. Well, that's all I have to say. Hope to see you at the bottom.
Time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack The Ride is sponsored by new 52-card pickup 2000, available on PlayStation and CD-ROM. It's your favorite old card game with a cyber twist, all the fun and no bending over. And now, here's your host, Nate Shapiro.
Woo! All right, welcome. Now let's see you get in there and win this game. Nothing else matters, right? All right, Now then, shall we play a game? Hey, buzz in. Hey, pretty sweet. All right, check it out. When will this stupid game be over? Okay, you know how they always say that a sporting event isn't over till the fat lady sings? Suppose the saying went, it ain't over till the redhead tugs on her ear. Yeah, Carol Burnett always ended her TV show with a tug on her ear. But to blend in with the athletes, maybe she'll also grab her crotch and spit. Okay, how much? Wow, that sucks. Anyway, here's what it's called. That other trivia game. Hey, you know the game Trivial Pursuit recently came out with a 4th edition? Can you imagine that? 4 games of general trivia. Come on, guys, the well's gonna run dry, you know. Anyway, here's the deal. Which of the following is not a category in the Genus 4 edition of Trivial Pursuit? Geography was a category in the 1st edition. Which is fine with me, because I really couldn't give a flying crap about what the state flower of Alaska is. Sorry, Alaska. Time that... Hello! Nice shooting, baby. Here's your category. Simon says, unplug your computer. Okay, ready for a quick game of Simon Says? You better be. Here we go. Simon says, stand up. Simon says, slap your thighs with both hands. Simon says, hop up and down. Simon says, stop slapping your thigh with your right hand and start tapping your chin with your right hand. Stop slapping your left thigh. Simon says, stop tapping your chin. Simon says, stop hopping up and down. Simon says, sit down, buzz in, and choose the answer that states what you should still be doing. Simon never said to stop slapping your left thigh. Okay, you can stop slapping your left thigh. Okay, what's the... There's your value, and the category you picked is called... Little balls and your sanity. Okay, get your fingers ready, let's get busy. Say you've lost all of your marbles. What game will you not be able to play? Chinese checkers, Chinese... You need marbles to play Chinese checkers. Although it is tough to play when you're bound up in a straitjacket. And hey, Simon didn't say to stop slapping your thigh. Buzz it in, baby. Okay, and that's going to be served up with a category called... Look out! Gary Kasparov has a gun! Okay, let's get this ball rolling. Which of these lists contains, in order, a game animal, a piece in a chess game, and the setting for a game of bocce? A dove, a glove, and some love, a call, a ball, and a... Count it. You know, and it's true that being out on a hunt is sort of like a big game of chess between you and the deer, until you blow its head off. Okay, kiddo. Hop in, baby. Alright, you know what to do. Buzz in on the item that connects the pairs. And don't forget that bonus. Pay attention to all the correct answers. Okay, baby, pedal to the metal. Here we go. Save Barracuda and Brave Blank. What do these two things have in common?
Score!
Kick-ass combat pilot and Pet Detective Ventura.
Score!
Anti-auto theft device and 5-iron. Batman villain and Steve Miller Band song.
Score!
A girl's best friend and Plank in the Rough.
Score!
Can lift a car and ran up the hill with Jill.
Score!
Gardening tool and Detective Sam. Alright, let's go for the bonus. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all? Thanks to the deck of cards. That's it, you got it. Way to hustle there, Sharky. Okay, get your bearings. The game continues. Slap your buzzer. Okay. And the category for this one will be leaving Lost Basement. Okay, put your finger on your buzzer and get ready. Here we go. All right, let's say you're hosting this week's Saturday night poker game. If you want to make a record, casinos usually don't have clocks in them, so the people lose track of time and gamble longer. Of course, you could also bring a few prostitutes down there. They go a long way in establishing atmosphere, too. Talk to me. Okay, that's what's on the line, and here's the category. Your digestive tract at play. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Which of these is the best explanation of peristalsis? Your colon is playing Marco Polo, your esophagus is doing the wave. Peristalsis is the wave-like muscle contraction that moves your food down your esophagus. Or for that matter, up your esophagus. Okay, oh, actually, it turns out that that's a pretty good pick. That's right, mi amigo, this isn't any question, this is the Dis or Dat. And this Dis or Dat questions category is, what are you wearing to the pool party? Well, I hope you're a pool player because I'm going to call off 7 billiard balls. And for each one, you need to tell me if the ball in question is a solid or a strike. Cash in for each one you get right, but you lose out for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. All right, you're going to have 30 seconds to nail all 7. And here we go. 8 balls, stop. 1 ball. 3 balls. 4 balls. 10 balls. 13. 14 balls. Perfection. All right, count it. Well, you're clearly beating yourself. Buzzing. Okay, the category is games that give you a buzz. Okay, here's the deal. Should have turned this stupid thing on. Hang on a second. Hello?
Hey, cuz. How you doing?
Buzz, what are you doing? I'm in the middle of a game here. Where are you calling from?
Where do you think I'm calling from? The bottom. We're all here.
Schmitty and Cookie and Guy, they're all down there with you?
Yeah.
Huh, very interesting. Well, you guys keep your clothes on and maybe I'll meet you down there eventually. See you later.
Wait a second.
What? I'm in the middle of a game. What do you want?
What do I want? What do I want?
Oh, cut the indignant crap, Buzz.
I want to host my own shows. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, get over it, kiddo.
Hey, look, I'm sorry things didn't work out.
What kind of is this supposed to be if I don't get my own shows, huh?
Buzz,
huh?
How about I give you your own guest host question?
No, I want my own shows, Nate.
Buzz, calm down for Christ's sake. Do you want to host a guest question or no?
But I don't have a question.
Well, how about the one about the Buzz game?
Really? You'd let me do the Buzz game question?
Sure. Why not?
Well, it's just that when you left, the last thing you said is, never do the Buzz game question. Never, 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 never.
Well, now you can! Okay.
Okay. All right, then. Do you remember that game Buzz when you start counting and replace numbers with the word buzz? What a great game. All right, take a look at the following sequence and see if you can figure out the number that's causing the buzzes. 52, 53, buzz, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, buzz, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, buzz, 67, 60. 6 is the magic number. In Buzz, you pick a number, and whenever that number or a multiple of that number comes up, you say buzz.
Well, there you go, Buzz. You did the Buzz game question.
Yeah, that was cool. Now, about doing a whole show.
See you, Buzz. Well then, that was very entertaining. Let's get on with the game. Buzz it in, baby. I thank you very much, and here is your category. Live long and kick some butt. All right, we all know that Mr. Spock from Star Trek has that nifty ability to mind meld with people, right? So tell me, because it involves melding, what activity would Mr. Spock be really good at? Shuffleboard, cards, horseshoes, or pool? Meld means show your cards, basically. So Spock might be melding if he's playing, say, game of Pinochle. Yeah, that's right, Pinochle. Go ahead, make your jokes. Time that. Okay, that'll be our value, and the category is sunny day chasing the clods away. Okay, think back to your Sesame Street watching days and tell me, which one of these things is not like the others? Oscar the Grouch, Spam, Prince Albert, or Nerf Ball? The Nerf Ball is the only one that doesn't come in a can.
Hello?
Yeah, do you have Prince Albert in a can?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have Marv Albert in a can?
What?
Okay, how much more?
Here's your clue, and you can quote me on this one. In their own Are you listening to me? Hey, over here. In their own worlds. Okay, pay attention.
Damn, almost perfect. Of course, it's not like you have any friends to brag to.
Playing solitaire on the computer is fun, right? But it's hard to remember all those rules. Now there's a computer card game that gets back to the basics.
52 card pickup 2000.
That's right. 52 card pickup 2000 does all the work by throwing the virtual deck all over the virtual room.
Whoa! There are cards all over the place.
You know what to do next.
Here's the 4 of clubs under this couch. I'm gonna pick it up.
Wow, there's 3 or 4 under this table. I'm gonna pick them up.
You can play by yourself or set up exciting tournament play. With your web browser, you can even play other people across the internet. It's simple, it's repetitive, it's
52 card pickup 2000.
You'll wonder why you ever owned a real deck of cards.
You took my love, you took my breath, you took my heart, you took everything when you divorced me. When you divorced me. You took my favorite shirts, you took my country tapes, you took the new TV, you took the seedless grapes when you divorced me. When you divorced me, we went from M-A-R-I-A-G-E to B-I-V-O-R-S-E. You broke my little H-A-R-T. Now I'm in M-I-S-R-E. Nice pen, it used to write in blue. I used to write you letters and you took them too. When you divorced me, when you divorced me, I seem to recall a half a can of beer. Now I wanna get drunk, but it's not here 'cause you divorced me. 'cause you divorced me. We went from M-A-R-I-A-G-E to D-I-V-O-R-S-E. You broke my little H-A-R-T. Now I'm in M-I-S-R-E. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, T, Q, R, S, P, U, V, W, X, and Z. Q. We went from M-A-R-I-A-G-E to D-I-V-O-R-S-E. You even took our K-A-T. Now I'm in M-I-S-R-E.
Everyone, we...
Occurred to me, where there's a will, there's a way. But you butter start treating me right. I need your whole heart, not just 2%. Oh cow, I long for you every night. When you moved into our cottage, I said to myself, hey, she's the one. You didn't have to milk it or egg me on, but our chances are skim to none. Give me your true and utter love, all else pales in comparison. I need your true and utter love, don't you dare refuse me some. Give me your true and utter love, all else pales in comparison. I need your true and utter love, don't you dare refuse me some.